This is a pulley off onto a pedestal drill, and the lad's changing the motor, and what he wants me to do is bore that hole out to 19mm dead and put a 6mm keyway into it. At the minute it is 6250, so it's 5/8 of an inch in diameter at the minute. So we'll get it mounted in the chuck, get it lined up so we can drill it out or bore it out, and I've actually got a 19mm reamer which will make the job fairly easy just to ream it out the size. I've got the reverse jaws in the lathe. I'm not quite sure how accurate it'll run in this. It should be reasonable. Ideally I want to clock it in on that bore, so what I'll do, I'll put a 5/8 reamer on there and use that to clock it in with. Right, 5/8 reamer's a really good fit in there, so if we put a clock gauge on there, it's going to be good. It certainly appears to be running reasonably true. Right, you're not going to get much better than that. It's within about a thou really. This is really good, this 3-jaw chuck, it's excellent. Once it's set up, it's good. No matter what jaws you put in, it's good over the full range. Right, we'll put a boring bar through there, and then we'll put a reamer through. I've got an 18mm drill. We'll go with that first. Not very impressed with that. I think what it could be is the keyway that's in there is actually throwing it off slightly. It's going to have to be a boring bar. This one should do the job quite nicely. It's a lot better. Right, put a power feel on it and see what sort of result we can get. That keyway that's causing the problems. Wanting about 18.8, 18.75 ideally, so the reamer hasn't got too much work to do. .5. Still at 1,000 RPM there. One more measure. So the reamer will go through and finish that off to a nice size. Right, that's a 19mm reamer. Just had a horrible thought there, there's a grub screw in there, but it's been withdrawn, so that's alright. This is a parallel shank reamer, it's the only one I've got, so I'll put a ER32 collet chuck in the tailstock to hold it, and that should go through there quite nicely. These ER chucks get a much better grip than an ordinary drill chuck, bastard drill chuck. When they lock into the more tapered properly, that is, it's better. WD-40 tape lubricant. One of my viewers kindly sent us in a pack of this stuff. Really nice it is, and I really do appreciate it. Right, reamers nice and slowly, always turning forward. Plenty of lubricant. In here the load on the lathe as the reamer starts to choke up. There it is, putting its head through. Right in full depth of the reamer. Right, that's kinda 19mm dead on. And as you can measure with a vernier. I have got a 19mm broach guide, and that's the broach that we're going to use, a 6mm one. I'm going to put it through the same keyway hole that's in there. I'm going to do this in the lathe because my broach press isn't really big enough for it to get the pulley in, and it's just aluminium, so there's no undue weight. I'll just use a tailstock to push the broach through. It's a nice new broach, so it's nice and sharp. So we've got the original key slot at the top. We'll try a couple of spacers in first just to see what sort of, if I can find the bastards. There they are. These little shims go in the bottom, that's what puts the cut on the broach. Right, so that's started quite nicely there on the original keyway. Brooches have only really got one ambition in life, that's to snap, and they're quite expensive, so we don't want to be playing snap the brooch if we can help it. That's going through there quite nicely. Actually, I might take it out of here and put it in the milling machine, I'm not sure. Then do the broaching in the milling machine. Using the table, it could be easier, but I think I will. I don't want to put undue force onto that tailstock. You can see how it works. It's coming through the back there. What we'd really do with a longer pile it in there. We'll see how it goes. That's going to throw the end quite nicely. I'm going to put the brooch through from the back, just so it cuts the keyway at the full depth both sides. You can see how it works there with the little wedges or the little shims behind the brooch, which pack the brooch out that way. You all anyway, John. There you go. What on it? Still need packing in them grounds yet. You what? I need packing in them grounds. Is it? Yeah.